Welcome. I am marketing expert and business coach Melissa Kellogg Lewick, and this is the Doing Business Like a Woman podcast, where we are exploring and teaching you how women are reinventing the way business is done and money is made to help you create greater impact and financial freedom, one business at a time. Well, hello, my friends. How are you? Welcome to the podcast. I am really excited about our episode today. It's all about marketing, and I'm going to offer you some brilliant marketing topic ideas. So if you ever struggle with thinking about what kind of content you want to create, whether it's for your blog or a podcast or a webinar you want to do, or YouTube videos or social media posts, reels, whatever, freebies, any of the ideas I'm going to give you today are going to be applicable for that. And so I'm really excited about this. And I also have something very special for you. It's a special gift that I have turned this podcast into a freebie for you. So a guide that you can print or download, and print if you want, but download. And so you can have, and it's really pretty, if I do say so. And so I do have all this written out, so you can download the guide and just keep it with you whenever it's time to create some new ideas for content. So the link to that, you can find that on my website at melissamkellogg.com, or we'll have a link to the freebie in the show notes, and so you can download it from there. So there you have it, my friends. But before we dive in, I really want to share with you two real mindset shifts that I want to offer that really have helped me to become more, I like to think of myself as just like a fountain of ideas or a fountain of content. And so having these mindset shifts will help you also just become a fountain of value, a fountain of ideas to serve and give to your people, and to grow your business too, because we know that value in putting it out there is what creates more clients and more money. So the first mindset shift, correction. My mouth is not keeping up with my brain. Anyhow, I want you to think about your best fit client and where they are in their journey right now, and before they've started working with you, right? So think about where they want to go, what their aim is, or their goal. You don't have to think about it as a goal. You can, but what is it they really want? Where do they want to go as it relates to the work that you do? And then, so you can think about where they are now, and then off down the road is where they want to be, right? And then there's all kinds of hurdles in the way, like all the way down the road, all the way to the end. And so think about all those hurdles that they have to jump over to get that thing they really want. And what are all those hurdles? Like, if you had to identify all of them, what are they? And then that is a great place to be creating and coming up with new ideas, new content, new concepts that you can help them to get to that place, that thing that they want, easier and quicker. That is how we grow our value in our business and our value to our clients, right? And so what are those hurdles? Discuss them in your content and how you help them get over those hurdles, right? And so when you think about creating content that way, it just opens everything up. And that was a huge mindset shift for me. So rather than thinking about, what am I going to write about today? What is the post I want to put out in the world today? That is very short-sighted right now. But if I instead turn my focus to my client and thinking about her and what she wants, and how can I help her just take one more step in that direction, jump over one more hurdle so she can get there. That's what I like to create content around. And this podcast is a great example of that, right? Like, so often I hear from clients and people that I talk to that marketing is hard, marketing is heavy. I'm bad at writing. I'm bad at coming up with ideas. And so this podcast and this freebie I have for you, this guide I have for you, is all going to help you get over that hurdle. And maybe it's not the only thing, but maybe it's just one thing that's really going to launch you to that next level today. So, and then the number 2 mindset shift I want you to consider is to really step into your authority and how you can take that next step into the authority that you are, right? You are a leading authority to your people. Just let that sink in for a moment. Like, oh, you are a leading authority to your people. You can help your people. Even if you don't know everything, even if you don't have all the certifications or degrees or whatever else you think you need, even if there are others that you think are smarter or better or have done it all before, you still are the leading authority on what you help your clients with, what they struggle with. You know what they need to get what they really want and how you can help them get there, because that's who you are. You're focused on your clients and how your best fit clients and how you serve them best. You are an authority. Okay. You're an authority for them. You know, there are no authority police, and we don't need to be a leading authority for our competitors or for our peers or anybody else. We are the leading authority in our area for our best fit clients, whether they are our clients yet or not yet, right? So I want you just to shift your mindset that you're not creating content for your critical mother-in-law or your critical business, colleague, or your critical competitor, or your critical mentor, or whatever. You're not creating content for those people. You are creating content for your best fit client, whether they have hired you yet or not, and keep your eyes on them, focus on them, set aside looking at what all the other competition is doing, because, really, there are no new ideas. Has someone else on this planet created a list of 12 brilliant marketing topic ideas? Probably. There's probably hundreds. I have no idea because I don't care. What I care about is bringing this to you in my way and delivering it to you in a way that maybe you have never heard it presented or seen it presented before, that's going to create just some really great spark of ideas for you and really take you to the next level. And so that's what I want you to encourage. And what I want to encourage you to do as well is really to keep your eyes focused on your clients and them, instead of looking at the competition and what everyone else is doing, right? Let's keep our eyes on our own paper, on our people, and what the value that we can provide, the inner wisdom that we have, and just get out there and share that to the world, because that's a much greater use of our creativity, of our time, and our energy. All right. Okay. So let's jump right in. Here are your 12 brilliant marketing topic ideas. I don't think I'm going to have time to go into all 12 of them, but you can download the guide, and they're all in there, as well as an explanation. So step 1. Okay. So how it works. So this is how we're going to work this. And this list is to be used for any time you need to create content. I want you to just take 5 or 10 minutes You can even set a timer, which helps me because otherwise my brain says, oh, it's going to take so long. But just take 5 or 10 minutes and pick any one of these items that I'm going to list out, and then just get busy making a list based on that prompt, and do it in a brainstorming format. So what that means is you're just going to dump out all the ideas out of your brain. You're not going to question them or censor them or criticize them or think Susie already did that or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just list them all out. Let's just empty the brain, allow the brain full reign, full freedom to come up with ideas. And then in step 2, you can go back and weed out the ideas you don't like. Some are repetitive. Some are just not interesting, whatever. Then you can go out and go back and weed out the ideas you don't want to keep. And then in step 3, you're going to pick the ideas that you want to develop further, and then get to creating, whether it's for your podcast episode or for a YouTube video or for just a, post or for a reel that you want to make. And I highly encourage you to consider repurposing content. So say, for example, you pick something that you're really excited about, you want to do a podcast on. Well, you can also turn that into, take little snippets of that, whether you want to take audio snippets or just written snippets, and create those into posts that you put on social media, right? So this is something that I have gotten better and better at over the years, and I keep improving. But never feel like you have to start from scratch every time. You are always welcome to repurpose your content. And it really helps those ideas to gain traction. And maybe someone loves long form content and they'll read a whole blog. And maybe another person, will get the most transformation from reading a post or watching a reel that you make. So it's okay to use this content in all kinds of different ways. You don't have to. This is not a have to or a should, but it's definitely makes your marketing easier and simpler, right? And that's what we're all about: simple and joyful and profitable. Okay, so then what I also want you to do, once you have that whole list, that brainstorming list, you've picked an idea or a few that you want to develop, and then put that list somewhere where you keep notes and where you can refer back to it, because then you can go and grab it again for more ideas, different ideas based on when you might need those. All right. Okay. So here's a sampling of the different prompts. And these are prompts because they're going to be different. The answers, obviously, the specificity is going to be different for each business, for each entrepreneur. And so I want you to take these prompts and, like I said, set a timer for 5 or 10 minutes and just do that brainstorming, that journaling, let it all out. And you're going to come up with some really amazing things. So the number one brilliant marketing topic idea is to list all of the reasons your clients do not have what they most want as it relates to your service. So, for example, you're a financial planner. What do your clients most want? I'm just guessing here, right? I'm just off the top of my head. They most want to have enough money to retire and help their children pay for college. Okay. So what are all the reasons they don't have that right now? And then list all of those out. Maybe it's because they don't have a plan. Maybe it's because they are scared of investing. They're intimidated by investing. They maybe had a really awful investment advisor in the past, and they're scared they're going to get swindled. Maybe they have shame around their money and how their finances, so you can just list all of those. And every single one of those topics or every single one of those things on your list is a topic you can use for content. Okay, number 2, list the top questions that you get asked about your service. So yeah, just list out what are all the questions that come to mind that you hear most often about the work that you do, whether it's you specifically or about people or services that are related to what you do. What are all the questions that you get? Those are all great topic ideas. Okay, number 3, list the most common problems that your clients are experiencing before they work with you. So maybe if you are a virtual assistant, for example, what are all the problems they're having? Maybe they're, inconsistently posting on social media. Maybe they're not keeping in touch with their audience. Maybe their website isn't getting updated and it's really outdated and has broken links. What are all the problems that they are having? And those are all topic ideas that you can create content around and then talk about how you help them address those issues, right? And then, this is a great one. List the top feelings or thoughts that your clients are having before they work with you. So people often make decisions based on how they feel and what they're thinking, right? So anytime that you can speak to and help and give voice to and give validation to what your potential clients are feeling and thinking, then it's going to very quickly attract them to you and wanting to get to know you and feeling comfortable and trusting of you, right? And we don't do this in a manipulative way. We just want to talk to them in a way that, hey, listen, I understand that you might be feeling money shame. I understand that you don't have an emergency fund, or you have credit card debt, even with all, and you're scared about what happens if you have an emergency or a medical bill or something, right? And even despite all of those things, I can still help you plan to have a very comfortable retirement and help your kids through college and pay for their weddings or whatever. So make sure and address those. And that's another idea of things to address. Okay. I'm kind of, rolling right on through these because truth be told, my friends, now that it's summer and my kids are home, I have to drive them places. And so in just about 8 minutes, I have to drive them to piano lessons. So I've had my work day, and normally I do my podcast recording at the end of my work day because it's something that's really fun for me. So I almost use it as like a reward. So I'm bumping up against the end of that work day, and but it's fine because I'm getting through what I wanted to talk to you about. And this guide is ready and waiting for you on the website and in the show notes. And you can go and download it and see all of this in very great detail. And it's in a beautiful piece here. So number 5 is collect a list of some of your favorite quotes. That's always fun. That's a fun idea, right? Like just when you see quotes, start collecting them or start reposting them. Those are always fun things to do. Not a whole lot of that because it's not very personal, or unless you maybe can personalize it or talk about what the quote means to you and turn it into an inspirational post or something like that. Number 6 is to tell your clients stories. Of course, if you're going to use names and pictures or whatever, get their permission, but you can always tell stories about your clients in an anonymous way, or even kind of blend stories and to help with that anonymity, right? If that's something that's important to your clients. But it helps potential clients to really relate to you and your work through story. And story always, we know that a picture speaks 1,000 words. Well, a story speaks 1,000 pictures. So stories are a great way to connect with your potential clients. And it's fun too. It's fun to read stories of other people, and it helps to build your clients' belief in themselves that they're not a hopeless case or whatever. Okay, I'm just going to skip down here, skip a few of these, but if your business, so number 8 is if your business is cyclical, has cycles or seasons, list what your clients need to know for each season. So you can think about all the messages that you have throughout the year and how it changes. So if you're a realtor, for example, you have a different messaging during the peak home buying season than you would maybe in the holiday or winter months when people aren't really selling or turning over homes as quickly. So there might be different messaging, different things to think about that can give you ideas there. Okay. And then, so I love this one. Number 9, this will be my final tip, is to list your favorite books, podcasts, or sources of learning that would be helpful to your clients. So I think about this a lot, and I haven't done a post like this. I probably should sometime soon, but we are, like I said at the beginning, we are that leading authority, and we are so deep into our subject area most of the time that we just assume everybody knows what I know, but they don't. And so if you come at it assuming nobody knows all the things that you know, how would you just share with them part of that wisdom, like where your wisdom has come from? Maybe it's some of your greatest inspirations, or the mentors and experts that you've learned from. You can share some of that and help to really demystify and bring your audience, your potential clients along with you. And it just makes it super fun. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. And so this list goes on to 12. And I did 12 because it's like, if you just did one of these a month, you could have enough content for the entire month, have enough content ideas for the entire year. So, or 3 months at a time or whatever. Anyway, you can use it however you want. Have fun. All right, my friends, I hope that that this has been helpful, and that you go and download the guide. That the link is in the show notes or on my website. And then you have this with you at all times. You can just grab it and use it for your to make your marketing, your business easier. All right. Hope you have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. If you like this podcast, then you have got to sign up for my free on-demand video training, Grow Your Sales Doing What You Love, where I teach you in depth my simple process that you can implement right away to harness your mindset and your skills to grow your sales to whatever level you want. So go grab that now. The link is in the show notes, and I'll see you next time.